Hello, Mr. Dunn, Miss Blasco, and Miss Blackman. My name is Michael Kennan. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist working with George. I wanted to go over with you the procedure of what is going to happen every day. George has a book bag. He's going to come in every single day with the book bag. He's going to take the book bag and set it on the desk. He's going to close this and set this on the desk. It's very important that he set it the correct way with the folder thing on the top. George is going to open up the book bag like this. George is going to need a separate desk, an additional desk to what he has right now in order to set his book bag. So please give him an additional desk next to where he sits. George is going to open up the book bag. Now, Mr. Dunn is the color brown. So you'll notice that Mr. Dunn has two folders, Social Studies and Reading. It says his name, Mr. Dunn Social Studies and Mr. Dunn Reading. And because Mr. Dunn is brown, he has a composition book that is brown. And it says Mr. Dunn Reading Log. Has a bit of green, but it's brown. Okay. If you look now at the next student, at the next teacher, Miss Blasco has the color green. So she's green. Miss Blasco, math. She only has one folder because it's only one subject. And a green composition book. Why? Because Miss Blasco is green. Okay. Remember, Mr. Dunn had two folders because he does two subjects, reading and social studies. Miss Blasco only does math, so she has one. Now, we get to Miss Blackman. Miss Blackman is blue. So, we have a Miss Blackman with language arts / writing, and Miss Blackman with science. Again, she has two folders because Miss Blackman is blue, and so Miss Blackman's composition book is also blue. So, Mr. Dunn, please make sure when you're working with Georgie that Georgie is taking out his two brown folders and his brown composition book. Miss Blasco, please make sure that he takes out his one green folder and his one green composition book. And Miss Blackman, please make sure that he takes out his science and his language arts writing and his blue composition book. Mr. Collins is yellow, and this is Mr. Collins' folder. Georgie also has a pencil box, and in his pencil box there are 3 pencils, an eraser, a blue pen, and a black pen. Every day he will come to school with 3 pencils that are sharpened. Oh, sorry, to go back to Miss Blackman, she had 2 composition books, 2 blue composition books, one for language arts and writing and one for science, and that's why she has science and language arts writing. Okay, George also has his computer, which is absolutely critical that he use to type in notes. George has dysgraphia. He has several neurological conditions that impair his motor abilities. He's unable to write, and it's absolutely critical that he uses this laptop, tablet. And in it here is also his flute. Now, on the side here, you will notice that there are 2 folders. One is his clipboard that he opens up with paper in, and he can pull these pieces of paper out to write on them. The other thing that he has right here is his homework book, the planner. Now this is very important. He opens up the planner, and I've made this easy. There is brown squares, green squares, and blue squares. Brown is Mr. Dunn, so Mr. Dunn's homework would be written here. Green is Miss Blasco. Can you see the green outline? So Miss Blasco's homework is going to be written here. And Miss Blackman gets the bottom blue here. And every day Georgie will write his homework here. please, please, please make sure that George is writing his homework down. Again, George was given a comprehensive neuropsychological evaluation by Dr. Rubin, Dr. Remick, and Dr. Kellen. He has significant memory issues, and so he will not always remember to write the homework down. Please, please, please make sure that the homework is written down here. Okay, now, when George comes to school the next day, when he goes into Mr. Dunn's class, Mr. Dunn's going to make sure that he takes out his folders and his composition book. Each folder is divided into 3 sections. You get this first section, the second section, and the third section. These are how the sections work. Any worksheets that are given go into the first section. Any homework that is to be done is put in the second section. And all homework that is being completed goes into the third section. So Mr. Dunn will give George worksheets. All the worksheets will be here. But Mr. Dunn will say, I want you to do pages 5, 6, and 7 for homework. So those sheets would go here. George will then go home. He will do the homework. And once those homework sheets are completed, George will put the homework sheets here. So when George goes into school the next day, Mr. Dunn will say, George, give me your folder. Let's turn to the back sheet, and that's where all your homework is that's being completed, and he will take the homework. At the back of this folder as well, I'm going to put a homeschool note. Okay, I'm going to write that homeschool note up, and if you can just, it will be by his homework actually, at the back section of his homework, and if you can just circle how he has been for the day at the end of class. Okay, this is really important, so I want to go over it. When he's finished with Mr. Dunn, he's going to take his books and he's going to put them away in his folder. He's then going to go to Miss Blasco's class. Okay, Miss Blasco now will open up the folder, and again, all of her worksheets that she gives will be put here. Any homework that she assigns to George will be put here. Once the homework is completed by George, she will put it here. So when George goes to Miss Blasco the next day for class, Miss Blasco will say to George, give me your green folder. George will take the folder, and Miss Blasco will look in the back section and will see all the homework that has been completed. She will also see a homeschool note that is here, and Miss Blasco, if you can just circle how he has been, you'll see the questions relating to effort and behavior. Just circle how he has been for the day. It will literally take like 12 seconds. Thank you. And then this is his composition book. If you need his composition book, you'll always know that it's green because you're green. Okay. With music, he's going to go to music. Mr. Collins is going to give him worksheets. The worksheets are going to go here. Same thing with Miss Blackman. Miss Blackman is blue. She has 2 folders. The same thing. Miss Blackman's going to put the science sheets in here, the language, arts, and writing sheets here. Okay? And then George's science homework will be put in the second section. Once it's done, it will be put into the third section. And the same with language, arts, and writing. So when George comes to school the next day, Miss Blackman will say, George, give me your language, arts, and writing folder, and give me all the homework that's at the back. And same thing with science. Okay, and then Miss Blackman will see the homeschool note there. And again, here are the 2 composition books. At the end of the day, Georgie will put his folders back in his suitcase, and this is how he's going to do it. Okay, first he's going to put the folders. Okay, separated by colors. Then he's going to put his composition books back. Then he's going to put his planner back, and the thing with his sheets here. He's going to put his pencil box back, his flute, his iPad. We're going to close this. and we're going to go home. And the next day he's going to come back to school, and the same thing is happening. Again, I'm going to send you an email just confirming this, and I appreciate all the effort that you're doing. If you have any questions, please email me. Thank you.